Welcome back to the Safe Space podcast about honestly anything. I'm Brit, and today I'm joined by someone very close to me, my sister Jasmin. She's 31, married, a baker, aspiring model, and an accountant, and may possibly even be on the verge of a career change. So today we're talking about what it means to completely revamp your life, to let go of the plan you thought you had and step into a new path you never expected. So, Jazz, accountant by day, baker by night, aspiring model on the weekends. Girl, you've got more side quests than a video game character. Like, you do. You really do. And right now she's just laughing because she knows it's true.
That's not even all of them.
That's not all of them.
I'm also a treasurer at the church.
Treasurer too.
Yep.
On Sundays.
I do it at least one day out the week when I can fit it in. But yeah, I gotta write these folks checks.
Okay, and somehow you still make time to be married. Like, teach me your time management.
And I'm a dog mom.
And you a dog mom. So yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot you are doing all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep it together so well.
So people would like to think.
Okay. All right. We might get back to that. we might get back to that part. But, okay. So you said you're possibly thinking about a career change. So we're going to talk about the plan versus the pivot. Let's start here. When you pictured yourself at 31, what did you see? Was being an accountant with a side hustle, baking cakes, anywhere in that vision?
If you're asking back when I got out of college, if I'd seen it all, baking wasn't even in the vision to start with. I accidentally fell into that throwing my husband a surprise birthday party where he told me I had a $0 budget. So I was like, well, let me get to working on making this treat table, get some practice time in, which oddly enough, I think I spent more money trying to practice than it would have been just to hire somebody to do it. But hey, at least I have a new side business now to help bring in more money. So hey, earned a new skill nonetheless.
One, that party was legit. It was a sneaker ball. But not only did you make the cake, though, you did all the desserts and things, too. And you had never did that. So you had to actually just teach yourself how to decorate and do all of that.
Yep. Self-taught. I had to, tap into a little YouTube here, a little Google there. And yeah.
Did you go on TikTok University also?
I'm not a big TikTok person, honestly enough. Yeah, I'm not even a big Instagram person. Like, I get on there because I have to for content for baking. But aside from that, I'm stuck in the past. I'm with the Facebook group.
Facebook. Now, they say Facebook for like the older people.
I know. I keep trying to tell people I'm the grandma of the group and there's no shame in it. And yeah.
You really are, though. All right. So what surprised you the most about where you've ended up so far?
I think what has surprised me the most is honestly this potential revamp that might be on the way because I didn't see that coming. The baking thing wasn't too surprising because when I look back and I was like, well, as a kid, I did always like arts and crafts and things of that sort. Mm-hmm. And then in college, I used to love like cooking for my friends. It's like, hey, come over. So when you really put together cooking and art, you kind of end up in the baking world, like kind of makes sense. So nice little passive free time, make some money type deal. So that wasn't too surprising, but having to really like restructure everything and like I and a lot of other people probably would have saw myself as well off and established and like well on my way. Like, oh yeah, she's doing good for herself. She's 31. She's married. She got a good solid job. Mm-hmm. She even got a little side thing going on that most people call like your passion project. And then to just like look and see there's a boulder in front of me is like, how am I going to get over this? And then the revamp will be a complete 180. Which means going back to school about maybe another 4 or 5 years because it'll be counseling, which is nothing like
that is nothing like accounting.
It's nothing like accounting at all. So a whole new degree, whole new classes, like a whole psychology. I don't think I even took a psychology class. So even before I looked into some programs already, but before I can even get started in the program, I have to take prereqs before I can really get enrolled into the program that I'm looking at. So yeah, that has really surprised me.
I'm gonna pray for you.
Cause thanks. I'm definitely gonna need all the prayers.
Honestly though, I think pivoting actually takes more courage than just staying on like the safe path. So wouldn't you agree though?
I would, because it's definitely scary. And honestly, I feel like I should have been made the switch, but it's because I was comfortable and I was like, no, I'm already on a good path. I'm already doing good for myself. I'm what the world would consider successful. So why come and try to change and mix everything up? Especially like, I'm not even done paying for my college degrees I have now. I still have student loans out there. So it was like, you want to go back to school and you ain't even pay for the degrees you have yet. So yeah, it's definitely scary. Staying in the comfort zone is definitely an easier thing to do. But when I look towards the future and say like, okay, where I get my comfort from is like, well, if I start now, 31 is still pretty young. Put in the time now. I don't have any kids as of yet. So if I put in a good 10-year revamp now, I'll be back financially well off with more mental freedom. Because what I do now is like very mentally draining and can be stressful and I'm answering to other people. And then this will allow me to have the freedom to not necessarily have to answer to other people, make my own schedule all around, help people the way that I actually want to help people. We can talk more about that later as far as how I even got into accounting. And then be that hands-on mom I know I want to be in the future.
So you want your time freedom, pretty much.
Exactly.
Okay.
But still make that money, honey.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, so make that money, honey. No, I feel you. So you can have time freedom and make money.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Like I said, I'm going to be praying for you. And just, you said that you should have done it like a while ago. Honestly, it's all in God's timing.
This is
you know
true.
that. So everything happens according to his plan. So if now is the time for you to do it, then now is the time. Like if you would have tried to do it maybe a year or two ago, you could have possibly quit because it's just, it was a lot. I mean, you was putting in a lot of hours. I remember. And then COVID just had everybody going crazy and just in the house, So, it all happens in his time.
Yeah. And now that you say that, even more so, I feel like the world in itself is now, and it could just be me thinking this, but I honestly think the world is now getting into a place where they're more accepting of counseling.
Okay.
And so I feel like that business could be potentially taken off, especially with everybody coming out of COVID, everybody coming out of 24 crash out year, trying to get their lives back together and whatnot. And so I honestly feel like a lot of people are going to start reaching out more for counseling. So even that in itself could have been like, okay, maybe stay on the path that you're doing right now so that when you are done with school, he has some clients lined up for me.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I will not be taking clients from families and friends. I'm just going to put that out there now.
Well, there goes that.
Yeah. That weight is just a little too heavy for me.
No, I get, and then also with like family and friends, because you know them, it's hard to just give like an open view, I feel like, because you're going to automatically, because you know your emotions are probably going to be involved and you can't do that. You gotta.
Exactly. I gotta take my emotions out the game with y'all, and it's hard to do.
Yeah.
But I can kindly direct y'all. It's just,
I can't help you, but here's a great colleague of mine. They can help you out.
Yeah.
No, I feel that though. But it just kind of sucks. I'm still come to you and ask you questions. Don't be turning me away.
Oh no, like y'all can ask me questions. Now if you get too close, you get too close to a session, then I might have to pump the brakes and be like,
I give you $1.50.
$1.50. Come on now.
We can barter. We can do photography first sessions. I do love a good barter. All right. So balance and burnout. Now you're balancing accounting, baking, modeling, being a treasurer, and being a wife. So like cooking, cleaning, keeping the house together and stuff. How do you manage all of that without losing your mind and just wanting to crash out and just break stuff and be like, I'm walking away, I'm done? Like, how do you, cause
I do and I don't.
you do and you don't. Okay. And that's
I do and I
honest.
don't.
That's honest. Be honest. This is a safe space.
Yes, I do and I don't. The number one thing that's keeping me is definitely God. That's what's grounding me. On my worst days, my lowest days, when I be ready to be like, I just can't take no more of this, it's definitely God. I have to take that moment. Sometimes I just go lock myself up in a room and just be like, okay, God, this is where I'm at. Help me through.
Mm-hmm.
Cry out throughout that night and see it to another day. And sometimes that's what I got to do to make it through.
Mm-hmm.
Some days I can not really get that deep and just be like, okay, having a bad moment, talk myself up out of it, give myself a pep talk and keep it going. Sometimes I just take that break and just go with family and friends.
Like your girls.
Yes. Gotta hang with the girls.
Shout out to Janelle and Ashley.
Yes. I love y'all. But yeah, just having that mental break. And even if it's not a hangout, it's like, okay, let me call them up and just have a venting session or something of that nature. Now, when I was in the gym, gotta get back to it. That was a good decompressing too.
I love it.
Yes. So, but what I did learn about myself when I fell in love with the gym was that I kind of started preferring to go in the evening times rather than the morning times, just so I wouldn't have that time restriction.
Mm-hmm.
But
because like going to work and things.
Yeah. In the morning, it'd be like, okay, I got an hour, gotta hurry up. And yeah. Whereas in the evening, it's more like, okay, I'm in here having a jolly good time. When I'm done, I'm done. But my evenings has been kind of packed lately. So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna make time for it though. Especially with the whole modeling thing. So can't really fall too far out of whack, you know?
Get it right, get it tight, right?
Exactly. So
hey, I'm always down for a good gym session. I'll come with you.
All right, we can video call each other.
Back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because we live far apart, but
it's a distance.
It's a little hike. So, you know, I'm always down. If you need me, I'll come. I'm one call away. Might miss an exit or two listening to music like I did today, but you know, it happens. All right. So you said you will go in, like decompress, give yourself a pep talk. And you know what? I like that. That's okay to do. Because, you know, burnout is real.
Very much so.
Like, burnout is very real. And what does that look like for you when it hits? Because for me, when I'm burnt out, I know I isolate myself. I'll put my phone on my phone on do not disturb a lot anyway. I don't have to be burnt out, but I'll put my phone on do not disturb and silent. And I just need to be to myself and like not talk to anybody. But that was before I started going to the gym. But even now, so like if I'm burnt out, I'll just go to the gym and I'll just be there and just have to just keep working out until I work out any type of negative and ill feelings that I have. So like for you, what does burnout look like? How do you know you're getting to that point where you need to just take a step back and be like, okay, this is what I need to do because my fire is literally about to go out?
Well, as of late, I've just been having crying sessions. Crying sessions is what get me through those burnouts. How do I know when I'm approaching them? I don't think I do because I've just been in such of an autopilot mode that it kind of feels like it just hits me out of nowhere and smacks me across my face and be like, boom, you're overworked, you're stressed out, you're overwhelmed.
It's like the tea kettle. It's you boiling water, you just boiling and boiling and boiling, then you don't realize it's done until you hear that yelp noise. And then that's when the burnout is happening. Now now with you wanting to potentially go into counseling, are you trying to now work on noticing when you are getting to that burnout phase or like what triggers are causing that for you so that you don't have to necessarily get to the point to where you're just completely done?
Yes. So where I am and how I kind of got here, and I'll take that step back. when I say I feel like I should have been made the change, it comes from anytime I've ever thought about changing my job in once or another, it always came up in some sort of fashion. So I know at first I was like, well, maybe I'll switch into my current job into their counseling area where they kind of do the whole professional counseling and coaching thing. So I looked into that, but they was like, oh, you need to be of this certain ranking and you need these certificates and all that other good stuff and schooling. And I was like, all right, well, since I'm not even at that level yet, don't even invest in the schooling right now and all that other good stuff. So kind of let that go and just kept going with what I was doing. Anytime, like, I know I have a joy and it feeds me to help other people. That's kind of how I got into the field of accounting I'm in. So I'm actually like an auditor. So I don't keep people books. I don't do taxes, but like I'm more of that consulting side. And it's because I thought, hey, I'm going to go and help people and help them get everything in order before the big scary people come. Only I'm looking at more paperwork and stuff than anything of actually like talking to people. So I'm like, I'm still not getting that fulfillment piece. However, what I do enjoy in my day-to-day work is the coaching when I'm able to coach those under me and get them up to speed and upskill them. So I'm like, everything I do is like giving back and helping others come up. Getting my life together and, you know, big, strong believer in God. I feel like a lot of stuff he's taking me through right now and the growing pains that I'm currently facing is to help others. But first, I have to experience for myself so that I'm able to relate it back to others and say, hey, I've been where you are. Not saying this is your answer, but these are different things that you could possibly try to get over your hump.
Because it's like you're making it more relatable.
Exactly. So, and then of course, going to school, getting the schooling background and all the other good stuff. So what I really want to do is specialize. You know, you specialize, you got a little more money in your pockets.
A little bit more coins.
Yes. In Christian individual and marriage counseling.
Okay.
And so I'm looking into Trinity College because they have that Christian base. And I know they'll, at least looking at the program, they'll set me up with everything to get my credentials coming out. And so they'll teach me a lot, I'm sure. That when I get that psychology understanding, I'll get that. And I'm also in counseling right now myself. So I'm working on myself to get myself to a healthy spot and position. And so, yeah. So am I currently working through those things? Yes, in a way, so I can go back and help others along the way. So I'm not just out here blind leading the blind.
Right. So what's one lesson then about burnout? Like, what has it taught you about yourself?
That I need to get better at time management, oddly enough. And I believe you tried to ask that in the beginning.
Well, you said yes and no. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I feel like if I get better with my time management, it wouldn't be so much of a burnout piled up at once. And my husband gets on me about this a lot. But he says, like, you procrastinate. I'm like, I don't be trying to procrastinate. I live like, I'm a planner. So I plan it out, but I also show myself grace and like I say, plan it with pencil and not pen so you can erase and move around instead of, you know. And so like, and everybody who knows me, everybody knows Jazz love her food and she love her sleep. So if I get too sleepy, I will fall asleep anywhere, okay? I'll fall asleep. I have fallen asleep in the middle of a club before. Like, I'm tired. Wake me up when it's time to go, especially with people I trust. Hey, okay.
In the club is crazy work.
Girl, I was tired.
That is hilarious.
They had a nice comfy booth and I went over there. It was like a bunch of just like, a lot of the people there was like people I went to college with type deal. So I felt safe enough. I was with my cousin. All right, cousin, I'm over here. Wake me up when you're done partying.
You know what? That is very true. She don't play about her food. She don't play about her sleep. There has been plenty of times where I've come over here and I'm like, can I just take a nap? Girl, go ahead. Couch right there. Got pillows, whatever you need. You hungry? I'm gonna feed you. most of the time when I come out here, it's, the food and sleep is related somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I might sleep before I eat, or I might eat and then be like, okay, give me like 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to take a nap. And then, so yeah, she is not lying.
That's that grandma. I keep
But
telling you,
she
that's that
is
grandma.
such the grandma out of the group. Like, and I thought I had an old soul, but this one here, she really got the old soul.
Yes. And so I barely get good sleep. So that's why I think my body is so like, when it's calling for sleep, I have to take it. And so I feel like, hey, even like being able to press past those times when I'm like really tired, just to squeeze in maybe another hour or two out of me to save myself like 10 straight hours of labor will go a long way and help me not feel so burnt out. Just pushing myself a little bit more to help cross those finish lines.
Okay, so now let me ask you this. Do you ever feel guilty for choosing work over rest or rest over work? I know you got to think about it.
Sometimes, yes, for sure. And that's more so of like when I kind of like what I just said, like, oh, well, now that I have these 10 hours of work that I have to get done today because I have no more time, I look back and be like, man, if I would have just did a little bit yesterday instead of sleeping, then I could have saved myself some time today and wouldn't be so like bogged down. The other way around, work over rest, probably not so much because I'm typically picking rest over work. Now, what I will do, I'll wake up at the crack of dawn.
You do?
Because I'm a early bird. That late owl, I'm sorry. Now, if you want me to wake up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I got you. You want to stay up to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning? That's a little bit more of a struggle for me.
Why do you think that? Like, I don't know. I would feel honestly, before I got to the space that I'm in now, because like I'll wake up and go to the gym 4 o'clock in the morning. No issues at all. But I also don't have an issue with staying up until like, I can be up until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll lay down for like maybe an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. And then, okay, I'm back up again. But it took me a while to get to that. Because at first, I had a very hard time waking up early. Because I'm like, it's still dark outside. My eyes should be closed. I should be catching Z's and calling the hogs. But you're saying you can get up that early and just start working and things. And it's easy for you.
It's not always easy.
No, okay. Okay, that's, I think, because I'm
not
like,
always easy.
Okay.
But I've always been like that kid. So I was on that schedule and I was like, okay, bedtime at 9, no problem. And then wake up at 7, okay, no problem. And I think as I've grown older, I've just never grew out of that habit. Like, of course, like times have been extended as an adult. I'll stay up later or whatever. Sometimes sleep in later, but typically, like my body naturally probably wakes up maybe 9 at the latest, if that. Usually it's before then. So me forcing myself to get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, don't get me wrong. I got to set about a good 5 alarms before I do it. And my naps are at least 3 hours long. Like, I'm sorry. I know some people are like, I can take a 30-minute nap. I can take an hour nap. My body can't. I cannot. And I've tried it before. Like, half the time, if I say I'm taking an hour nap, I don't even hear the alarm. Like, I don't.
Oh, wow.
And I'd be like, why didn't the alarm go off? My husband be like, it did. No, it didn't.
You had this thing going on.
Or it'll go off and I'll be like, I just can't. And I'll just go back to sleep. So with me knowing that, I plan it out in a way like, okay, if I know I want to get up at like 4, I know I got to be in the bed no later than 12. Otherwise, my body's not going to get up.
Okay.
Probably no later than 1 for sure. But if I try to go to bed at 2 and say I'm wake up at 4, it's not happening.
So if you go to bed at 2, you're going to wake up at like 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, I'm that person. I'll go take a 15-minute nap or a 30-minute nap really quick. Just give me something. Like I told you right before I came out here, I said, hey, I'm going to go home, take a nap really quick, and then I'm going to be out here. And I took about maybe a 45-minute to an hour nap before I came. And I told you, my ADD brain got sidetracked with watching football on TV. It's college football. So That's why I was a little bit late. And then, like I said, missed my exit because I was listening to some music in my little groove. I was like, hey. But okay, so stay on topic, Brittany. Do you feel like being married changes how you see your career choices?
Yes.
A negative way or positive?
I've often, well, I should say often, but I've told my husband before, like, it'd be so much easier to just throw everything away and start over if I wasn't married, because I now have another person to consider. I can't just move any type of way and just be like, Jasmin wanted, so Jasmin gonna get it, and this is just Jasmin gonna do. Especially with, like, it affects the finances.
Got it.
And so it's like, anything with the finances, you're living with someone and building with someone is like, okay, well, let's sit down and make a financial plan so that it can go smoothly and we can still keep the lights on for it to happen. And so, yeah, that's scary, especially with, like, being the breadwinner currently. It's like, that's a huge part and chunk of making it scary. Because it's like, okay, well, I can change this job, but then I know I'm going to have to work something. So it's like going to school and working at the same time is going to be a thing. And then while going to school and working, I still have my baking going on. So those orders and everything else still running. But then now you're also talking about building clientele.
Yeah.
So essentially running 2 businesses while working.
And then are you going to have to also, like, intern and things too? And
yes, I'm pretty sure before I can even graduate and sit for the exam, I need certain, like, clientele hours that I'm going to have to accomplish. And so with that being said, like, it's scary. But when I think back to, like, I know I can do it just because of my ambition.
Like anything you put your mind to.
I'll be tired. Talking about, even if I think I'm tired now, I'll be tired, okay?
Yeah. Well, and you said something really strong there. You said you can't just move how you want to now, like, because you're married. So you gotta take that I out of it, because now it's we. And at least you're doing the right thing. You're sitting down, you're having those conversations, you're talking with them, you're making those decisions together, not just going off saying, hey, I'm about to do X, Y, Z. I'm just telling you this is what's happening. Like, you're actually, doing what you're supposed to do. Got to have those conversations together. But I'm sure he's also supportive. Like, if he's seeing that you're unhappy with what you're currently doing,
He's definitely supportive. My husband's also the one where it's like, come to me with the full plan.
I like that. No, because sometimes we have to be reeled in, because we'll do things and we'll say things and, like, this is what we're going to do, but we don't fully list out in detail X, Y, Z, like, step by step. Okay, I got to do this, to do this, to do this. And sometimes those little things that we aren't thinking about in that moment because we're hyper focused on, like, this is what I want. Those are the actual important things that we need to consider.
Yeah, but sometimes I need help. So I'm, like, a bit indecisive.
Okay.
And it doesn't help that he's indecisive too. So it's like, okay, well, what exactly is everything that the full plan that you're talking about? I'm like, well, here's the school. Here's the amount. Here's what I think can happen when we get the money from.
Yeah.
Don't really know until I apply. But it's like the nitty gritty itty bitties. I don't know about it.
But I feel like that's when you should bring in, like your girls and things, like, run some ideas by them. Be like, we need a third party.
I run it by my counselor.
Your counselor, okay.
Yeah,
well, or that, your counselor.
Yeah. But still, it just would be nice sometimes to be like, okay, let's step through this together. It's scary for me, but I know it has to be kind of scary for you too. So But
he got to keep calm and, like, cool. Like, if you over here going and crashing out over it, he got to be the calm one. Like, okay, look, take a step back, chill. Let's talk it out. This is what you gonna do. I'm laughing at you now. Y'all don't see the face he's giving me.
My nonverbals are real. It's okay.
Oh, but no, because like we as women can sometimes be very impulsive.
I am very impulsive.
Well, you know that about yourself. So, and he knows that about you. So he's just trying to help you with them.
You remember my first business?
Oh. I forgot. I don't know how did I forget about that? Look, again, it was COVID. COVID year had everybody doing different things.
I still got clothes downstairs.
She does. So she opened up an online boutique. Mm-hmm. It was a little impulsive, but hey, he was supportive. Mm-hmm. And again, like I said, it was COVID. Everybody was doing different things to get side hustles. But I also feel like, I don't know, it wasn't a bad idea.
No, it was a learning experience for sure. Mm-hmm. Well, it's like even just going through the process of setting up the LLC, closing out the LLC, filing taxes and all the other good stuff. It helped set me up. So when I did start the bakery, mm-hmm. I already knew I already know how to do these steps easy, cool. Yeah. Set up the bank account and all that other good stuff. I didn't have to stress about trying to learn that part versus I could focus more on actually selling the product.
Yeah.
At that point, which I didn't necessarily do a lot of with the boutique. Mm-hmm. So,
but shout out to the boutique though, because that was low key my first actual photography job when I first got a camera. So it was a learning experience for me too. Y'all should see how I started compared to now. Whew.
Yeah. That website was lit though. Them pictures were still nice. We did it.
See, the pictures was nice, but I don't know. I'm like a perfectionist too. Like I said, when I look back at my earlier work, I'm like, oh God,
I get it.
This was boo. But at the moment, in that moment, it looked really good. It's almost like when you look back at movies from the 80s and 90s, mm-hmm. Me, I loved Mortal Kombat. You couldn't tell me nothing. That was the best movie ever. And a lot of people don't like part 2. That's my favorite one. Whatever. It wasn't the best, but that's still my favorite one. I watch it now at 31 compared to how I watched it when I was 5. And I'm like, this is horrible. The graphics are horrible. I was obsessed with this, but again, times have changed. Things have, developed more. So,
a movie did that for me as a kid. James and a Giant Peach.
That's a class. That movie is top tier. You can't tell me nothing about that movie because
it's trash.
That Peach and that stop clay animation is always going to be mwah, chef's kiss.
I give up. As my kid eyes, it did not see it that way. The way my adult eyes looked at it, I said, "What happened to the movie?" That's the same movie.
Because it did go from real life to stop clay just out of nowhere. He crawling through the peach and all of a sudden it's clay. Yeah. Oh, that is hilarious. Okay. So when you think about the word revamp, because we kind of talked about this, mm-hmm. What does it mean for you in this exact moment? You're still, we're not going to be impulsive. You're still actually trying to plan things out, and this time putting it with pen, not pencil. So I feel like if you put it with pen, you'll actually stick with it, unless you just rip the paper up, ball it up, throw it in the corner, and start over with pencil.
I still always say plan with pencil. Only because you don't know what the future holds.
Okay,
stick to it as much as possible. Say, hey, I can say I'm gonna go to school and take 2 classes each semester, and then maybe life gets heavy at one point and I have to take 1 class or no classes, so then that pushbacks the time in which I actually graduate. So I still use pencil, but currently revamping to me will be planning. I'm in my planning stages of revamping, and it's also kind of like a stall. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of stalling because it's scary. So it's
faith over fear.
Yes, this is true.
Faith over fear.
It's real life scary. Mm-hmm. I'm still moving, but I'm taking snail steps with moving. Like I said, I did my research. I even called some of these schools and it was hey, let me enroll now. And then I kind of ghosted them.
That's that impulsiveness. Let me enroll now.
That was. And I was like, maybe now isn't necessarily the best time. Let me finish getting stuff together. But yeah, so I kind of got a plan with school and how I kind of want to handle it and kind of pay and things of that sort. I just have to actually call and get the numbers, the actuals, to see if the plan in my head is actually doable, and then start it from there. But yeah, so I'm in the planning stages. And then once I finish planning, I have to start executing.
Plan and execute.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here for it. I say if you want to change, do it. Like, don't let it stop. Don't stop it. Don't let fear stop you from what you, like, this might be your goal. Like, I feel like sometimes people try to take life as a race when sometimes it's a marathon. We go different routes. The first route you took led you to accounting. You realized, like, okay, this is not necessarily for me, but on the way to that, you've saw other paths and was like, this is more of my calling. So now you can get off of that one straight path that you were on and go and venture into another one. So, all right. So you've also said, like, what scares you the most about starting over? Just because it's scary, it's new, it's something that you've never done before. But what excites you the most about starting over? Or have you gotten to that? Are you still
a fulfilled future?
Okay.
One that I'm actually at ease with. I enjoy. I'm waking up, going to work, and actually enjoying it. Still making a good living for myself. Having more time to myself. Like, the peace that's going to come with it. The still stability, because that's one thing I have to have in order to keep my sanity. Like, oddly enough, I have a minor in marketing and a certificate in marketing, but I did not go into marketing because I was like, it's not enough security for me. Like, y'all want me to make money out, you want me to make a living off commission? Nah, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, but now you talking about forget commission. You just finna go be a straight business owner.
I'm like, wait. I had to, because I'm glad you said it first. I was like, wait a minute.
I know.
You got a baking business commission.
It don't make sense, but it make, yeah, I don't know. At least at that point, I'm in control of every little penny versus somebody else getting a piece and then telling me what I can and cannot get out of what I've done.
And when you can take vacations.
Yeah. So, I don't know. And it might not make sense, but it makes sense. I don't know.
Honestly, it does, because when you look back 11 years ago, so your 20-year-old self, you thought you had a vision and a plan. Like I said, you thought only going one direction. But now this just shows your growth and how much you've changed and matured over the years. So, like, now you realize
money ain't everything.
Exactly. Now, it's not everything. Yes, you need it to sustain, like, a quality of life, but it's not everything. It's not going to bring you joy. Like, yes, having money does aid in my joy because, you like to shop.
Vacation, please.
Facts, because it seems like every time I look up, she going somewhere.
Well.
And yes, she's going somewhere every time. Even if it's not like an actual vacation, she's still going somewhere. Like, I text her, she was like,
vacation.
She was like, yeah, I'm at a hotel.
Yeah, I do some staycation.
Okay. I mean,
I'm in the middle of planning a staycation right now.
Hey, but again, I love it. I love that for you. You got to do that. All right. So if you could design your dream day from start to finish, what would it look like?
With or without kids? Like current or like future?
Well, let's say current right now. And then once you finish your revamp, and I'm going to say the revamp includes kids too. I need some little nieces and nephews.
Dream day?
Yes, day.
Doing absolutely nothing. Say it again.
So as of right now, like today, what's today? August, whatever. 30th. Okay. Your dream day is doing absolutely nothing. So literally waking up to no alarm clock. If you want to get out the bed, you'll get out the bed. If you want to stay in the bed, you'll stay in the bed. But you don't have to leave your house. You don't have to do anything at all. That is your dream day.
as of right now, yes.
That sounds very peaceful.
It is. Absolutely nothing. Now, will I be able to say that's my dream day every day? No. I'm too much of a
Because
busybody.
I feel like you'll get bored.
So much. Real story. I told myself when I went to college, I wasn't going to do any extracurricular activities my first semester. And I was just going to focus on my studies. I think one day they had like a fair with like all the organizations out there. I probably signed up for like 5 or so different tables. Probably more. I just put my name everywhere. By the time I got done, I think I was in a dance organization. I was in hall council. And I probably was in something else.
Mm-hmm.
I know I was in a mentoring organization as well. Girl, I was everywhere. Time was booked like that. I just can't sit down.
In other words, you did what your nickname used to be. You did too much.
Yeah, that's me.
Too much.
I don't know how to sit down. I don't. And that's why I'm like, the dream day right now is to do nothing because I don't really do nothing. Now, a reasonable dream day, I don't know if it's wake up and wake up and read my Bible and talk to Jesus first. I'm definitely trying to get in the habit of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I hit it, sometimes I miss it. But like, that's how I want to start all my days. Started with my good Lord Jesus first. Then from there, maybe go eat breakfast, cook a nice little breakfast, eat that, like mentally free, no stress, not having to worry about rushing off to anything. Then maybe after that, start work. Or if I can do it in the morning time, exercise without having to be pressured into time, that might be good too. So I can either work out in the beginning or end of the day. But yeah, let's say we'll do it at the end of the day. So then go to work. After work, decompress with the gym. And then have a nice little dinner. Of course, I got to eat lunch somewhere in between, but whatever. That's like part of work. And then, yes, maybe just, relax, probably journal, meditate somewhere in between that day or whatever.
And this is current. Like, this is what a current dream day looks like for you. Okay.
And maybe meditate or gym, maybe switch up between the two. Like gym one day, meditate another day, something of that nature. And cuddle up and go see my husband. Yeah. Oh, my dog, spend time with him throughout the day. That would be like current. Current.
See, you said work. That is not in my dream day.
I mean, I gotta work.
No, absolutely not.
Not work?
Not in. Well, that's your dream day. My dream day, it does not involve punching a time clock. It does not involve doing any type of work for anybody else.
It don't really work for anybody else, but like right now, that's where I'm at. So until I'm on my own, I gotta work. I gotta make some money. I gotta make some money.
One thing for sure, she is going to make the money. She is going to secure the bag. And yeah. All right. Okay. So what about after your revamp?
Okay. After revamp, we're probably, this when I get to my bougie life. Okay. Get to
your bougie life?
That's my bougie life.
Okay.
I revamp my bougie life. So we're going to wake up still, God first, pray, read my Bible. Then from there, we'll probably have us a nice little smoothie or something. Then we'll go hit the gym and stuff. Then we'll have clients at that point. So, we have our little client sessions and things like that. Well, I guess if I have a kid, take care of the kid, spend some time with the kid, because you did say I have a kid at that point. So spend some time with the kid, get them off to daycare if they have daycare or wherever I take them to while I work. Whether that's grandma's, grandpa, whatever. They going somewhere. Or they might have an in-home nanny. They have an in-home nanny, even better. Let the nanny in. I go to work, have my client, maybe I say 5 clients, maybe. Okay. For the day. And then from there, pick my kid back up or tell the nanny they can go about their way. Me and the kid go eat because daddy probably still at work. Because, he punching the clock. That's what he want to do. So we going to let him punch the clock. So he keep punching the clock. Me and the kid going to go hang out, eat, get some food because we got to eat. And then we'll probably have some playtime. Then from there, give them a nice little bath, get them in the bed, put them to sleep. Plus, they be home by then, hopefully at some point. I gotta cook, eat dinner, all that stuff. So if he has a little dinner or whatever, put it to the side. We in quiet time now because the kid done went to sleep. We spent some time together, me and husband, catch up on life, figure out how his day was. He figure out how my day was. Cuddle up and go to sleep. Baking is always gonna be as is, so I don't expect to bake every day. But yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a nice little dream day. But again, it sounds like just being able to have your freedom to do whatever you want when you want. If you want to have 5 clients, I'm gonna have 5 clients. If I don't want 5 clients, I don't want 5 clients. No more than 5. Okay. So you just wake up, get yourself centered with God, eat, because eating is essential. Work out, help your clients, come home, be with your family.
Oh no, I'm working from home. I have a home office.
Oh, home office. Okay. All right. Well, come up from the office, but still, and like you're spending time with your family.
Unless I have clients, I guess if I don't take my clients virtually, then maybe I won't have a home office. But I don't know. I ain't get that far yet.
Okay. I mean, this is again just the planning stages. This is what you envision, but you gotta write it down, write the vision, make a plan, right?
Yep. That's
So
what it says.
Hey, you gotta write that down, put it in ink, not pencil. Put that in ink because that's not changing. Like that's how you
put it
see
in the journal.
Okay, put it in the journal. We journal over here, y'all. Put it in the journal.
Yeah.
All right. So before we, shift into closing out, do you think our generation is rewriting what success looks like compared to like our moms and dads' generation?
Yes, because I think that's just part of life and evolution. A lot of our generation believes in social media a lot more than what our parents and stuff.
They had social media back then.
I'm just saying. You asked the question.
Not saying our parents are old or anything, but
it looks different. I'm just saying. So you have that avenue of people. I feel like you're going to see a whole lot more entrepreneurs in our area than our parents. Yeah, because, we got that whole mind of, we don't have to keep working for you if we don't want to. Like, we're learning how to make money and handle money differently from my parents. But I feel like they did the same with their parents. So every generation learns from the other and builds upon it type deal. I believe we also believe in getting into investment and stuff more.
Yes. Securing the bag for the future.
Yes. Than what our parents have done. And a lot of us is trying to figure out also how to make, I don't want to say easy money, but crack the code and make money in your sleep.
Make your money work for you.
Exactly. And I don't think that's something a lot of our parents probably cracked the code in.
Yeah, that's like
from
something
the African American community. Parents anyway.
No, I agree with that. I do agree with that because then it's like we're figuring out on our own now, and then using like what we've learned to pass down to our future generations, so they don't have to struggle trying to figure that out.
Yes, and then let me also add, because you did say success, and you did not say financial freedom. So let me backtrack, because success, I also feel like we're also trying to find ways, at least in my head, to be with family more. I think back with our parents is like, I love y'all, but I got to keep the lights on. So I got to work. And that's all they know is I got to work, keep the lights on, and feed y'all. And so I might not get to see y'all as much, but...
So you want that time freedom and that financial freedom?
Yeah. I feel like we're trying to find that balance where possible.
Okay. I like that. All right. So I'm going to ask you like a couple quick questions before we end it. If you had to sum up your 30s in one word, well, only 31, but still.
That's like my 30s.
So, sum up your age now in one word, what would it be? One word.
Age now in one word. Rediscover.
Rediscover. Okay. All right. I like that. Rediscover. Okay. And now, what's one myth about adulthood you think people, even like the younger ones under us, what should they let go of?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. So what's one myth about adulthood you think that people need to let go of? So like, especially the younger generation, because they'd be in a rush to do things.
Do whatever you want.
That's true. You cannot do whatever you want as an adult. There will be some type of, you can do it, but there's going to be some type of consequence depending on what you do.
Life just going to be so much better when I get out your house.
Ooh, that was the one thing that I wish I never heard.
Back, please. I don't want to pay these bills.
Facts. Like, when we were younger, we were in such a rush to grow. Because, our parents made it seem like they just had everything together.
Mm-hmm. They made it look easy.
And you know what? Times have changed. Like, life is different now. The economy is different, things like that. But they still made it work and made it look easy. And I was like, I can do that. I'm doing it now. I'm not going to say I'm not doing it. I am doing it now. But if I could rewind time and wait a little bit before rushing to move out and things and do all that, I do it quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I still ask my mom. I said, "Mom, can me, my dog, and my husband come live with you? I follow all the rules. I promise I will."
She'll try. Because I'm like, I don't feel like you didn't even follow the rules when you was a teenager.
I wash the dishes. I even cook and clean.
But you know what? This has been a good segment, and I love that you were open and vulnerable to just talk about life and revamping, even though it's scary, because, life is just really about giving yourself permission to change. You don't know anyone, the version of yourself that you've outgrown, especially yourself. Like, you owe yourself to just continue to be better. So if you feel like you've outgrown your own self, don't hold on to it.
Don't feel trapped.
Yeah.
I think that's also what I fell into, feeling trapped. Like, well, this is what I set myself up for, so I have to do this. Yeah, I think I'm finally coming out of that trapped mindset.
Yeah, because we don't put ourselves in boxes. We not moms, even though we did mine. We're not moms. Little intersection. We grew up doing drill team and pantomime at church, so yeah. But we're not real life moms. We don't stick in boxes. We step out. We do things. Agree. Good. All right. So this has been a safe space podcast about honestly anything. I'm Brit, joined by my sister Jazz. Thank you for listening. And remember, it's okay to take a different path than the one you planned. I will talk to you all later.